our team go ahead and mute so we can get started, because more people may just kind of trickle in just in general. All right, excellent. So everyone, welcome to the resource portal, where we are going to talk about the future of lesson planning. And we have a pretty, what you'll probably find a very familiar type of icebreaker that we're going to do that we thought would work pretty well right here. And as we have our Zoom meeting with you. So I'll be leading things off with that once we get to that point. So the future of lesson planning. Let's go here. So we're excited and really glad that we have another year where we're able to be presenters that can, sponsors that can, and make sure that we're providing what we have as a solution for the future of lesson planning and how we can make lesson planning much, much easier. And also excited that CAN is actually in our city. So we're located right here in Fresno, California. So we're excited to be able to literally just walk down the street to the convention center, which is pretty much how close we are, to begin this event. All right, so we'll start off things by just doing a brief introduction of some of the team members that you're going to be seeing when you come here live to this year's symposium, but we'll really just be focusing on the 4 people who are on the Zoom today. I guess we'll just go from left to right.
My name is Tyrese Bailey. I'm the Sales Operation and Events Manager for our after school team as well as Resource Portal.
All right. So I'm Damon Thomas. I handle a lot of the marketing, design, and I do tech education lessons as the Resource Portal as well.
My name's Curlen Phipps, and I oversee the development of Resource Portal.
Hello, my name is Tabari Parker. I do sales for Resource Portal. I create lesson plans, and I'm also a part of the after school team.
Cool. So these are all of the Resource Portal team members that'll be attending on Zoom today, and then you'll see a lot more of us when you actually come to the live symposium Friday and Saturday. All right, so I think what we're getting ready to do is our icebreaker is going to be a Kahoot. And this Kahoot is going to be very specific and geared towards lesson planning and what you do in your after school program. Let me move this hand out of the way. We thought this is a good icebreaker and a great way for us to start a conversation. So if everyone could scan the QR code or go to kahoot.it and type in that number, we will get started.
Somebody loves Kahoot.
This is our interactive icebreaker. So, but it'll be really focused on the topic of lesson planning.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I have a question. So why don't we have more folks with cameras on? I thought we got through that during the pandemic.
No, we in the last session. In the last session, there were a lot of people there.
Come on, you guys.
And that's just.
I want to see all your beautiful faces. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's go.
All right, excellent. And this might be good because I think there's a limit on the number of people that can join a Kahoot anyway.
Uh-oh. So I just want to throw a disclaimer out here. This is for entertainment and educational purposes. So we're gonna have fun with this, but it's leading to something.
So interactive, very, very interactive icebreaker. So
and everybody's a winner, right?
Well, yeah, everyone's a winner, but there's only going to be first, second, and third place.
All right. I don't know the count.
Because we have 18. We have 18 participants. That includes us. So this may be everyone who's in attendance. Our sales team.
That's 15. Yeah, we're good.
Yes, our sales team.
Wait, hi, sorry, can I interrupt? I don't see the QR code. Is there a Kahoot code I can have to join?
Yes, a PIN number.
I'll type it in to the chat.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah, can everyone else not see the QR code? That's interesting.
No, I see it.
Okay.
Well, if you're using your computer, you won't be able to see the Zoom. All right.
So can we hear the fancy Kahoot music?
Yes, we can hear the fancy music.
All right.
Let me see these cameras. Let's scroll through the people.
Yeah, the people are still popping in the Kahoot, so I'm give that a little bit more time.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 17 people in Kahoot.
Nice. Okay, excellent.
Nice.
All right. I think I'll start the Kahoot. Let
I
me.
think we're ready, sir.
I see the name still bouncing though, so I'm getting scared. All right. Do we think we're ready now? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do this. So this is a really good icebreaker, and it should be interactive. And let's have fun with this. All right. How much do you love your after-school program? How much do you love your after-school program? And then Mr. Parker, you're setting a timer for us so we can know how long we're in the Kahoot. All right, excellent.
Okay, that's a decent
pretty good.
distribution.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we kind of use this Kahoot also because it is an icebreaker to talk about. These are some good talking points. So a lot of you guys love your after school program very much. Can anyone jump on the mic and say what you really love about your after school program? Just one or two people.
I love my staff and I love all the kids I get to work with every day. It's constantly different. It's constantly changing. I work with a bunch of teenagers every day. So it's always, you know what I mean? There's always something going on, something to be heard, something to be done, something always happening.
Always have. So your staff, teenage staff or teenage students?
Teenage students. I work with middle schoolers.
Got
So
it.
I work with, so my staff, it's great because it's like family, and our kids, we're all pretty much a family down here too. So it's just really nice. I have a good surrounding.
Excellent. Really, really good to hear. Thank you. One more person. What you really love, why you really love your program so much?
But we said we foster a sense of teamwork, and there's always something new to learn every day.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing. And then we have a few people who it's pretty good, but it could be a little bit better. And I think we're going to dig a little bit deeper into those questions as we do some more stuff and as we have a discussion. So we have not forgotten about you. I think what we'll do is move over to the next question in our Kahoot, and then kind of share out and have some discussions. We were really just hoping that this is how everyone felt about their after school program. So hopefully we can help you with that with the resource portal. So let's move over to the next question, and we will circle back around to how it could be better for some. Do we know who this is? Who is this person? Who is this person? We got one. All right, it's coming slow.
I thought the hair was going to give it away. I don't know.
I thought the shirt was going to give it away. All right. So
Cool. So Mr. Troy is a champion for after school. I think this may be our fifth. We've been coming to camp for many years, and just, getting to know Troy has been fabulous. I think he is very passionate about what he does with the after school network, and he always makes it, he always makes us feel very special as vendors. So I really love working with Troy.
Yeah, so you'll be looking for Troy and the rest of the CAN staff when you come here.
You can't miss him.
Symposium. Can't miss him. And it's interesting that a few people thought that was me. That was me. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, that is that is Troy, and you will see Troy at the symposium when you come here to Fresno. Let's do the next question. Scoreboard. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. What is the most challenging about your after-school program? We have a couple choices here. Of course, I'm sure there's a lot you can choose from, but what is the most challenging about your after-school program? I think we were thinking snack distribution would probably be the number one internally. Oh, very
Wow, it's a nice
interesting.
distribution.
Which is the reason why a lot of you are here. The number one choice, lesson plan. So that's really, really, really interesting. That lesson planning. And then number two, student engagement. And then staff accountability. So hopefully we have a tie with staff turnover and staff accountability. And then in third place, staff development. So hopefully what we're going to be talking about today with the resource portal and what we do with the lesson planning will make some of these challenges much, much easier to deal with. Does anyone want to share anything as it relates to student engagement? Like, how is it challenging for you? Does anyone want to share out? How is student engagement challenging for you?
Got a quiet group today.
I could
Okay.
share.
Okay.
I think for our program, we've been kind of having a little bit of a hard time getting kids to like actually do activities. Like they come in, we have like a healthy meals program, so we like cook something for them every day. So they come for that, they come for the food, but they don't want to stay for like the actual activities, or if they do, it's just kind of more of like they just want to hang out and like chill there. So that's kind of what we've been struggling with.
What grade level is your after school program? Elementary, middle school, high school?
High school. So I can imagine, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, high schools, middle school, high school, very, very challenging, extremely. So
Yeah.
I empathize with you.
Yeah, you have to have something that's really, really interactive and engaging, and something that they want to be inclusive about as well. So that can be challenging. Thank you for all the people who are just now kind of joining us and coming in as we talk about making lesson planning easy and doing an interactive Kahoot that really illustrates some of the challenges that you find in after school programs and with lesson planning. So thank you very much for sharing. And it's going to be different at different grade levels. So we'll dig into we'll have more conversations about this when we have our discussion just after the Kahoot. How do you measure student satisfaction in your program? How do you measure it? How do you measure student satisfaction in your program? And of course, we don't have all the answers here, but we just thought of some that might be fun, especially when you get those high fives from parents. Oh, it's pretty good. Wow. Okay. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Consistently asking how they're doing. So checking in with the students. We think that's a really, really good barometer and a good measure for understanding and checking for understanding on how well they're satisfied with your program. Gauge the students' interest by using assessment methods. So can someone speak to the type of assessment methods you're using to kind of measure satisfaction and engagement, or tools that you're using in general?
Hi, it's Anna here. I do surveys. I should do it more often, but maybe once a semester for the after school program, just to get a feedback from the students and help us project, for the following semester or our future plannings for like summer or winter or after the programs for sure. I've done them for summer because we offer a summer and winter program. So I do like to get the feedback, what the kids are, to help plan.
No, that's really, really good because we run some summer programs as well. What grade level do you have? And then what are some of the questions you're gauging and asking if you remember some of the questions you
Yeah,
pose?
no, so we service TK to 8th grade,
Okay.
very basic. Did you enjoy the sports that we offered, and we put the sports? Did you like the activities that we offer? Can you recall one, like, if it was cooking or arts and crafts? We try to choose themes because that seems to work, but it's hard when it comes to the lesson planning.
Yeah.
And so, it's just, what did you like about it? Very basic, happy styles, not happy, very
Mm,
monotone, I guess, to give us an idea, just to cater to our little ones too, because, they have a voice as well.
yeah, yes.
So it's just, again, very basic. If so, give an example. What would you like to see next time? Is there something that you're interested that you would like to see for us to offer to you? Just to
Okay.
get them pulling out more from them, because sometimes I feel like us adults, we like everything, but that doesn't mean they like it too. So,
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
we think they like it.
No, excellent. What tool do you use? Is it like a Google form or what kind of tool do you use?
Yeah,
Just
I
Google form?
used to
Okay.
Google Forms. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. One more person want to share out kind of like thank you very, very much, Anna, for sharing that as well. I mean you got it right in there. So thank you. Gauge tools that you use for assessing and gauging interest. I mean, it would be cool if we could get high fives from parents and have these conversations with parents as well. When the students are having those conversations when they go home and they're picked up from these after school programs. Anyone else want to share any kind of tools or resources that you used, especially since we have eight responses there? Could one other person share? Or does everyone use Google Forms?
We use Class Dojo.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay,
It's
excellent.
a great way to get not only feedback from the kids, but feedback from the parents as well.
Exactly, exactly. So Class Dojo is a great one. What grade levels do you do and where are you from again? What city and state?
K through 8 and in Weldon, California at Southwark School.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you very much for sharing. So again, these are tools that we're all familiar with, and then as each year brings in new technology and new challenges, for example, at the resource portal, one of the things that we do with some of the teaching that we do on our business side when we're teaching in schools during the day, this is the first year we introduced AI and using AI for good instead of evil, and how do we bring that into the classroom and use it as a tool. So just checking for what kind of tools you're using for assessment. They might be some of us may have never heard of or are new this school year. So thank you both for sharing. We'll come back around to this and we open up our discussion. Let's go to our next question here and see what the rankings are looking like. All right. Some of these questions are going to be double points, so anyone can move into first, second, or third place. Only 8 questions, so we're almost there. What are some things that you do to stretch out your school budget? What are some things that you do to try to stretch out your after-school budget? And sometimes this goes hand in hand with lesson planning, because a lot of times when you're creating lesson plans, you need supplies.
Hey Vic, we are running a little low on time for Kahoot.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So look, we have a lot of people here who actually bring their own supplies from home, which
Wow.
is commendable, commendable, commendable. And then some people do ask the principal for more money. So that's a very, very good
We
one
don't
as
have any
well.
bank robbers.
No bank
Also, we have
robbers.
at least one.
No bank robbers on this round. So no, really, really do appreciate that. So let's continue to move forward with the Kahoot. We've only got a couple more questions to go. And somebody is on fire. And 2 more to go. Multi-select. What makes it challenging to stay committed to a school site? And this can be for yourself or your staff. one of our previous questions was about turnover rate. Okay, lack of
Wow.
resources. Okay,
Hmm.
or we'll have a discussion about that as we move into our discussion section. And then number 2, lack of training. So, and then, I mean, these are all good and right answers, but it's just good to see when people are having a lot of the same in one category versus another. So, creating lesson plans is right there as well. Okay, excellent. Ooh, anyone can move into first, second, or third place. 2 more to go. Excellent. What hinders effective time management for lesson planning? There's only one wrong answer here. What hinders effective time management for lesson planning? Whoa, someone put the resource portal. Well, the resource portal is going to be the tool that helps to eliminate time management with lesson planning, because it's going to make your lesson planning much easier. But we like that it's lack of experience creating lesson plans. We hear that everywhere, and we know that that is a challenge. No time to lesson plan, that's huge, and not having enough prep time. So these are some choices, and we know there's some others that are out there that we know hinder the ability to actually effectively manage your time that you use to create lesson plans. So this is really, really good. And whoever did that one. All right. And our last question, true or false? Double points. Are you ready to experience the future of lesson planning today? Which is why you're in this breakout session. I think that's almost everybody right there.
That was quick.
That was really quick, and our session has grown to we're up to 30 right now. That does include us. All right, excellent. Thank goodness.
Good. Everybody,
Excellent.
everybody's ready.
Excellent. So this is what we're going to get into today. We'll take a look at the podium really quickly. Excellent. Excellent.
Nice. Congrats.
Congrats. We're going to be doing something similar to this in our live workshop here in Fresno, where we will actually have giveaways and stuff like that as well. So let's move back to our deck and get through the rest of our session today. And I'll take a screenshot of that because that's great. And let me mute this as we jump back to our presentation. So thank you all for that icebreaker, joining the Kahoot, getting people to talk to one another. So, and this is where we can begin to kind of like have our discussion. So what we'd like to have everyone do is scan this QR code or go to this address and fill out just a one question Google form. And we're really posing the question what are some of your challenges with lesson planning or your after school program? And hopefully we can lean in heavily on some challenges you have with lesson planning. That way it's a little bit more open-ended than the Kahoot, and we can open up a discussion about some of the challenges that we have as we get ready to walk you through a live demonstration and some other things that we're going to do today, where we show you how we can make your lesson planning much easier. And then, so I don't have the stats up.
I am trying to get that right now, sir.
Okay, perfect. On this single screen, I should have plugged up a second screen. And then we do have this handy printout of some other stuff. But yeah, and everyone just, really give us some good answers where you're thinking about some of the challenges that you have with lesson planning, specifically. So we can we're using this as an opportunity to build a better tool when it comes to lesson planning. So we just want to make sure that we're getting a lot of feedback, and we've taken a lot of the feedback that we've already been given so far in all of the schools that are using the resource portal. And every time we do events like the CAN event, to build a better, stronger tool each school year. So we just want to give everyone should not take any more than 3 minutes.
We have 9 responses so far.
Yeah, I would imagine more than 3 minutes to really tell us what some of your challenges are, and we'll kind of read back some of these challenges, and then anyone can chime in and have a discussion on how you're solving that problem. If you have that same problem, everyone is in this meeting is at different grade levels. So the challenges will be different, but we have a whole lot of people that love their after school program. So I'm curious to see how this works. And then we have our team who's monitoring the chat as well. So team members, are we seeing anything in the chat that we need to respond to?
Just need to say hello to a couple of new guests, such as Jennifer Murray, hopefully I'm saying it correct, Samantha Serrano, and Luis Morales. Hello, hello.
Yes.
Excellent.
Also, welcome Kenneth. Kenneth is in there, Kenny Hill, and also Kevin. Welcome.
All right. So for those of you that just joined us, you probably just missed out on the interactive icebreaker Kahoot that we did. And now we're actually digging a little bit deeper and having everyone fill out this Google form with one single question asking you about your challenges with lesson planning, or some challenges that you may have in your after school program.
Okay, we have 16 responses so far. I don't know how many, I can't see the number of people that are in here, so.
32
32.
now.
I'm sorry, I see it now. Bottom.
Yep. How many responses again? 16?
16 so far. So while
All right,
they're
let's-
entering those,
yeah, let's
why don't
read
we
through
get
some.
started?
Yep.
So let's see here. So we have, I'm just going to kind of run through them and then we'll just pick a few here and there. So training is one issue. Creating lesson plans accommodating all ages. That is tough. Time, training, and resources. There's a lack of time and experience with regards to lesson planning. There's 2. The biggest challenge is creating lesson plans to keep members interested. Seems like they have a very short attention span and do not want to do hour-long programming. Yeah, no, that's tough. Staff have various levels of competency, something they can grasp, and the children can grasp and stay engaged. So engagement, finding new activities to lesson plan that high school students actually want to do. That is a very tough one.
It is a tough one. It is
Having
a tough
enough
one.
time and being creative, time management, tutors having engaging lessons for students, templates, coming up with creative activities for varying ages, resources, time.
Okay. Do we just want to have a conversation about a couple
Yeah,
of these?
so-
We read
so
them
let-
off,
let-
maybe just.
Why don't we let's talk about time.
Yeah.
How how do you guys deal with, well, I don't know if your programs run from 2 to, like here in Fresno, programs run from 2 to 6. And so they have a little bit of time before a program, like 10 to 15 minutes prep time. And then afterwards, maybe around 5-ish, because you have bus riders and kids start to kind of leave. And so there's a little bit of time towards the end. So how are you guys dealing with issues related to time?
Or not.
We're not dealing with it.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to unmute.
Okay. So,
Just
well,
pose the question one more time.
how are you guys dealing with the situation related to time? There's
And
prep time, there's lesson planning time, there's finding content, writing content, just getting ready for your program, gathering all the materials. If you guys are having that issue, has anyone here actually solved that?
Or can
The
just
only
speak.
issue, the only issue I have, like you guys were saying, like we start here, I start at 2 o'clock every day and we go to 6 too.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of my staff works for the school district, so they don't get let go till 3.
Oh,
And so
Oh.
then I don't have time for them to come in beforehand and prep all their stuff. So it's finishing what they've done the night before, putting it all away and trying to find something for the next day, or finding something that goes for 2 to 3 days, or you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that we
Yep.
have that time. on top of some of my staff having to leave for other jobs where we can't even sit down and have a staff meeting in order to try and you know what I mean, consolidate what we should be doing or anything like that. And like you said, like, yeah, there's the bus. So we wait for the bus kids to kind of go. We wait for our goofballs who are on campus just here to do what they're doing. You know, we wait for them to clear out before we start giving out goodies or like, you know what I mean? Like so stuff like that too, where we're trying to make sure that we're sticking to our schedule while also trying to make it fun at the same time and kind of flying by the seat of our pants over here a little bit.
Yeah,
so I have a, let me offer something to help with that a little bit. So you don't want your staff to work when they're not clocked in, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So what we try to do here at Quick Labs, at Resource Portal, is we try to encourage our team to create programs around what they like to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what
Right?
that's what I'm starting to try to do here too.
Right. So we have a bunch of artists here. We have, you know, we have a guy that does science. We have
a scientist.
do
We have a scientist here.
We have a scientist.
That's sick.
So,
That's sick. That's awesome.
So the goal is to, you know, cultivate, find out what they're into and feed that.
Exactly.
Because then they're going to do it they're already doing it at home.
Yes.
So you don't have to try to get them to do it at work.
Exactly. That's I have a sewer. I have a ceramics maker. I have all those.
Yes.
I have, you know, I have all that archery. It's just getting it set up and having time to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and then having the right kids around that aren't going to shoot each other with the sticks and stuff like that.
and the other nice, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was it. I was at middle schoolers. They're, you know, they get out there.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing is, if you have somebody that's doing ceramics, they're probably really passionate about ceramics.
Yes. Yes.
And so, you know, I'm not passionate about ceramics, but I see that you are, and I want to try it out because look at, you're smiling and happy and this and that, and you know, and so when people are into what they're into, that passion can feed and it's contagious to other people around.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And so, you know, even though you have a time constraint, if you feed them and you find out what they're into and you cultivate that, then they're going to just do it on their own.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of what they kind of started to do here in general, making sure that, oh, do you like sports? What do you like? Do you like jewelry? And then I find somebody kind of to go and do that with them. So we're more kind of we're doing that, but not in a set schedule, I guess.
Yeah. So how do you, I'm sorry, I just wanted to before I forget this one. So there is everyone who has these interests and passions, and then you still have to turn that into a lesson plan that you can document and archive, correct?
Exactly. And so that's where I kind of fail sometimes, because it's like we're doing all these things and I'm not
anymore. So so that the resource portal will be a solution that will be super, super helpful with that.
Okay.
So that's good to know, because
you
know, it's still, you need to document it and put them somewhere, and then have those become lesson plans that are reusable, even when your subject matter experts are no longer there.
Exactly.
You still, you know, want to, you know, take advantage of the content, and that's part of what we're going to be talking about today.
Cool. Perfect.
No, thank you so much for your feedback.
Thank you.
No, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Okay, I don't know if anybody else wants to share about time.
Well, Samantha, Samantha.
Okay.
Was saying leaving a set agenda for every staff. Samantha Serrano.
Oh, okay. Leaving a set agenda. Okay, excellent. Yeah, leaving it and knowing where to leave it, and then having people follow it. There's a whole lot of how to and people just, that's part of your internal communication, and just having people staying in communication. So that can be a challenge. Do we have any more in the chat?
Yes. And then Marty said she feels that none of the staff are full-time employees, which they have multiple jobs at the school.
Jaden said the same thing. Sometimes they have other jobs, so they're going to go to work after work. They got to go to work after work. So yeah, any more? Because those are good ones, and those are some hard challenges to get around. Because people are doing all kinds of things when they go to work after work. Any more?
Oh, as well as we have 10 minutes left for discussion.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Another issue is competency. You know, having a staff that is able to do different things. I don't know. I know here in Fresno, the paraeducators, they're typically pretty young. Some of them are out of high school, just starting college, and so they haven't really had a lot of life experiences. And
Yeah,
so,
let alone lesson planning experience.
and yeah, you throw that in there, then they quit. So having a staff that's not experienced, it may be their first job, it can be overwhelming. How do you guys deal with how do you deal with having a new staff, a regular turnover, and getting them trained up and ready to go, being able to do classroom management, keeping engagement high, and being able to
Well,
find good quality content?
what's the age range of your staff? So this will help.
So I have TK through TK through 6 at
Okay.
my school. My staff is probably all younger than 25 years of age.
Okay.
So what I have, and some of them have multiple jobs.
Yeah.
So what I have done is figured out a rotation from 2 to 6. Having like the first 45 minutes of being homework time. So that's each grade level would be with their para for that time period to do homework. And then every 30 minutes they rotate. So
Yeah.
after that, so then I've made it kind of easy for them because I do a positivity project, which gives them the whole lesson plan online for one session, and then the next session is all literacy and math, so they can get into clever and stuff like that. And then they have PE as another elective, and then we bring in one vendor different every quarter. So this quarter they had a group called the Moreno group, and they come in and they do like some kind of art or something that has to do with their literacy project.
Got it. So you
Nice.
have a really good system where, since they're rotating in, while one team is actually working with and engaging with the students, they're clocked in, they could be working on lesson planning, and then they can rotate in and out. So you have enough time to do lesson planning and enough time for the second group to engage with students as well. Is that how the rotation works?
Yeah, because I have given it to where each group gets at least a half hour when they like do PE, because I have one person that does PE. So like when they go out to do their PE time or whatever, they have time to prep either for the next day or what they haven't done that day, what they need to do.
So your staff must be a little bit less stressed because they have time. Your turnover rate must be pretty good because you have enough staff to do that with. Or
Yeah,
how's it work for you?
I only have 3 that actually work with the district, and the rest is teaching fellows that come in, but I have had the same staff all year long.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question. How long have you're a site coordinator?
Correct.
How long have you been a site coordinator?
This year.
Did your first? Oh, wow. Well,
Welcome.
it seems like you are that's an amazing system that you have. And I want to add that the reason we're here, the reason you guys come to CAN is because I truly believe that all the issues that you guys addressed in the forum, we have all the answers here. It's just a matter of finding the right person with the solution to your problem. So that's kind of why we're doing the share out as well. So that's an amazing system that you put together.
Yeah, agreed. Especially if you have enough staff to be able to do that with, to be able to rotate through, it makes sense. It makes sense. Then you're using the hours that are available, where lesson planning can actually happen, but the students are also being taken care of and engaged with. Is someone else want to share? That's a really good solution.
That's cool. I see you in the chat. That is a great solution. Okay. So another common thing that's come up here is just finding good quality content for grade level appropriate content. So let me ask you guys this. Where do you guys find your content? Where do you find your lesson plans?
Yeah, because Courtney, you said yours are online somewhere and some other people. So where is your lesson plan? Like, where do you find it and where do you keep it?
So we have online, like online where though? Do you go to
So
Google?
the positivity is something that our actual school puts into their budget, and they allow us to have access to it. So that brings like the social and emotional stuff, projects for the kids to do.
That's called the positivity? Is that what you said?
It's called the positivity projects.
Positivity
So, but it costs, I mean, it costs a good amount of money, but like I said, our school site pays for it for every day for the kids. And then there's so many lessons in there that they allow us to access it after school to continue on with the kids.
Okay,
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Anybody else? Where do you guys find, you can put it in the chat. Where do you find your lesson plans? So we got Google, just searching.
So a lot of my staff at my site, we find our lesson plans like on Pinterest. This new age technology, you could do TikTok because there's a lot of teachers that are loading up their lesson plans to TikTok, YouTube. So we kind of go out for those outlets to do our research and activities.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And we get a lot of that, people that are looking in those places. So for those of you who are searching Pinterest, also definitely follow the resource portal out there. And you'll notice that we have some examples of a lot of our lesson plans out there. And then you find out a lot more inside the resource portal platform. So we are out there.
Okay. So sometimes the coordinators take turns creating lesson plans for the month based on the program for the day. We get inspiration from social media, arts and crafts activities people make on TikTok, and we use our template. Hey, so okay, I have another question. It's related to this. How many of you guys have a standard template that you use when you actually create new lesson plans?
Or are they're formatted in different ways based on the creator?
The standard template, we got.
I just create a template. I partner with my coworker that she does ACES, but I'm elope. So we do after school program together, but I take over summer. We do summer and winter programs. And so I've done lesson planning before where I have teachers do it. They help us out. Staff says that it was too hard. They didn't know what they were doing. It was just constant negativity. And so this year I was like, okay, I'm going to put the plate on I know you're creative people and I believe that. I said, you're here for a reason. You like working with kids. I believe there's creativity in you. So I put the lesson planning to them. So now, they're working on it, but I just provided a simple template, what's the goal, what supplies you're going to need, the steps, just in case if you're not here, somebody that needs to follow through your lesson planning will be able to, know what they're doing. But I am running a lot into, it's hard for them because I don't have I don't have the correct tools to teach them all the way. I mean, I give them what I know. But, and so everybody is geared to their own grade level. So it is a little bit challenging because sometimes, unfortunately, in reality is some of them are here because it is just a job. Some of them are here because they are pursuing their career to become educators. So you can kind of tell already who are the ones that are putting a lot of effort into their lesson planning and some that do not. And so I try to be as plain, as simple as I could be to them and be very flexible. I said, obviously I'm not asking for like the greater stuff that teachers do because we can't offer that. They don't have that training. They don't have the capacity. So
Right.
Yeah, out of my staff. But I do believe that they are capable people of putting in not simple, that's a wrong term to use, but an activity together that is engaging for our students. So I just create a simple template, through Word, through Excel, and whatever it is and what I'm asking, and hoping we can follow through that.
Gotcha.
Excellent. Okay.
I mean, it's really difficult. And I think, you have staff that they want to get into after school because they want to maybe be a teacher, and then they get there and they're not ready, they're not trained, and then they get thrown in the fire, and now well, I don't like kids anymore because they go in unprepared, the kids eat them alive, and they're like, and then they quit, and that's unfortunate because they were in it for the right reason. It's just, you know, having the tools, having the training, it's really, really hard. So we can definitely help out with that problem.
Any others want to share? I see Tyrese, you have your hand up.
Yes, we have lots of people that shared it in the chat.
In the chat, there we go.
Yes, Jaden uses a standard template. Sandra uses Pinterest. Courtney actually put in the link to where she gets her lesson plans from.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Chaffee, Facebook Reels for inspiration for arts and crafts. And then Jaden went on to expand on their template, which includes the material prep steps, activity steps, learning outcomes. And then last but not least, Marty shared with us that she uses Google Calendar to create a schedule for each day.
Cool.
Thank you for sharing these tools and resources, everyone. That is one of the
Oh,
main
wait, as
reasons-
well as we got Teachers Pay Teachers, and then BGCA, I think, which is Big Brothers Big Sisters, and then by
That's
Kenya,
that's not-
and that's about it.
That's not
Okay.
okay. Cool.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, and thank you for documenting that, Tyrese. I'm sure you'll put in both of your names in there. So I really do appreciate you guys helping us manage the chat, because we're in different rooms looking at different
Yep.
things. Okay.
All right. I think
Time to
we-
get started.
yeah, I think we've addressed a lot of discussion that was good and healthy. And you know, we're going to be at I was going to say booths. We're going to be at Cannes. So if you guys want to come by our booth as well, we invite you to come by our booth. And, you know, if you want to discuss things a little bit more intimately, we're happy to do that. But I think we can move on past these questions.
Yeah, and we're also going to have a workshop. So please attend our workshop, where you're going to get some hands-on experience into what we do in after-school programs with the resource portal, and so much more. So we have a workshop as well. All right. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, everyone who's engaging. Our team is actually coming in. We have a couple short videos just to show you that talks about the resource portal, who we are, what we do. And before we actually move on to the next phase, I think my volume should be good here. So let's just go. Let's go.
Attention educators, free yourselves from the endless cycle of lesson planning. Stop worrying about dreaming up just the right activity to engage all your students. Stop stressing about hunting down the right resources. And never mind last-minute notes in the middle of the night. The resource portal's vast library of educational resources will cut your planning time in half. Increase your student engagement by 30% and elevate your career forever. Sign up to learn more.
So that's like the 30-second pitch of the resource portal, and a really fast sneak peek at how the resource portal makes lesson planning a lot easier. Let me show you one more video, and this is really about how we got started. Who are we? Why are we here? And who are we to even tell you guys about lesson planning? And where do we even come from to even have that approach and have that conversation with you?
Attention educators, free yourselves from the endless.
So this brief video walks you through the validation and validity and how we got started and why we created this software called the resource portal, affectionately called Repo.
Hi, I'm Damon.
And I'm Curlen.
And we created the resource portal.
So here at the resource portal, we do enrichment activities with students all over Fresno County. And while there, we noticed that there are a lot of challenges with after school. First, just having access to good quality content. Schools have to find things that are grade level appropriate and engaging and fun. Even within a single school, they would not always do that in a consistent way. Second, just communicating what's going on in the after school programs out to the community. They would send out flyers or they would text message, and just it wasn't a consistent way to communicate what's going on in after school. And third, connecting schools together, collaborating, grade level content that works at one school will work at another school, but lack of communication between schools prohibits that from happening. So we at the resource portal have come up with several solutions to help solve that problem. And so we've created a platform so that we can deliver information, schedules, galleries, activities, and a lot of different things online through a repo website that illustrates everything that's happening in after school. The Repo community is a private social network that is designed specifically for education to help schools, their staff, schools within the school district, and larger organizations communicate information between the different school sites, such as what's working at one school, resources, information, all kinds of different things can be shared within the community to help improve the quality of the program for the kids. Repo Lesson Plans is our flagship product. It is a one-stop shop, central location online where you can find lesson plans for your elementary, middle, and high school. All the content is categorized by topic. We have different tags for different holidays, and all of the lesson plans are consistently formatted. If we don't have a lesson plan for you, you can actually create it yourself using a standard template that we created, and you can actually use artificial intelligence. And we are actually announcing that now we have a mobile app, and that is coming to you, and you can do all the lesson planning right from the palm of your hands.
We're not just a couple of software developers who created a cool product. We literally have our teams go into after-school programs and work with kids. So we're experienced with some of the problems that occur in running an after-school program and coming up with engaging enrichment activities to keep the students engaged and making learning fun. The Resource Portal, the educator's online resource, where we make lesson planning easy. And we're happy to get you excited about education again.
It's true. We are. It's true. It's true. It's all true. It's all true. So let me click here. So we are another resource, and we have a platform that allows you to create lesson plans. We have over 1,200 lesson plans that are already in the platform for a bunch of different grade levels, all organized by different categories. Not only that, you can use the platform to create your own lesson plans and have them formatted in a consistent, clean, and concise way to help you stay compliant, where you can actually take each of the lesson plans that we already have or lesson plans that you create. You can print them out in a PDF and put them in a physical binder, or make sure you can manage access to those lesson plans online. And I think what's really powerful about you guys are actually meeting the founders and creators and the team that actually created the resource portal. And we work in after school programs. Even to this day, we actually have a team that's on the other side of my screen here, and they're actually deploying to, we do pop-up science events. So we do pop-up education events, as well as running after school programs. So we're one of those vendors that actually come into schools. I think Courtney talked about bringing in vendors. We're one of the vendors that comes in, and we do, as you saw in that video, we do painting, we do VR, we do coding, we do web development, we do graphic design, we do painting, and a whole bunch of other things that our staff is passionate about doing, and skill sets that myself and Curlen are wanting to bring to the table as well. Let's see here, and I'm actually put my name on here. My name is still not on here.
So,
let's see.
You went back.
There you go. Say it again.
No, go ahead.
I couldn't see because of my Zoom stuff. Oh, okay. Got it. All right.
Hi, I'm Damon.
And I'm Curlen.
Okay, perfect. So this is kind of like our background. And before we move forward to the next phase, does anyone have any questions so far? Just to us in general.
Nope.
Okay,
You guys ready to see the future of lesson planning right in front of your eyes?
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so let me minimize and move forward. So, like the video was talking about, like Curlen was saying, we kind of have these three different parts of the resource portal. And the resource portal has after school websites so that your school site is able to stay compliant with having a website that features meals, activities, staff, a schedule and things like that, that lets the community and the school know what's happening in your after school program. We also have the community portal, which is kind of like Facebook groups, but without the distraction of social media, to pull people away from what's happening inside your school. So you can use this to stay engaged and communicate with your staff members and family members inside our community portal. And then, of course, our flagship product, like Curlen spoke of, lesson planning, and how we make lesson planning easier. And I think one of the biggest things that he talked about in that video also, that I thought someone might ask me about, was actually, we have integrated AI to help make lesson planning a lot easier for you, to get you above that hurdle when you don't even know where to start with lesson planning. And 9 times out of 10 in our platform, you can just start with a topic and go from there. So there's a lot happening in the resource portal. And I don't know if you want to add anything here before you begin your activity, sir.
No, so now I'm going to give you guys a full demo of, not a full demo, but a very a comprehensive demo of how our platform works.
All right. So here is, we're going to move over into a live demonstration. Let me see. Do we do anything after this one? Or is this where you screen share now?
This is my screen share, correct.
Okay, so you're not going to do the challenge thingy yet?
Not yet.
Okay, all right. So you're ready to screen share?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So we worked long and hard on creating a platform. We don't want that up there just yet in the chat. Please don't do that. Let's watch the demo. So basically we put together a platform where you can search for lesson plans for your school, for your class. When you go and after you log in, the first thing you're presented with is a search box. And inside of here you can type in whatever you want. You can type in some activity, a holiday, a material, any of those kinds of things. And it will come back with a list of results that you can filter down to your grade level. Below that, we have 16 categories. So all of our content it's already categorized. It goes into a database. When the lesson plan gets created, it gets assigned directly to a category. All right. And so, and this is the demo, our demo website. Underneath each of the category names, it shows the number of lesson plans in that category. So we have 53 agriculture lesson plans, 218 arts and crafts, 96 cooking, so on and so on. And we have 155 STEAM lesson plans. Underneath that, we have the most popular lesson plans. And so if I want to go and find something pretty quickly, I can just go right to the home page, scroll down to most popular, and I can see what's most popular. And I can scroll through those. If you notice here, there is a little player here, and that indicates that there's a video preview of the lesson plan. So I can actually watch the preview before I actually even read the lesson plan. Further, I can show my students the preview, and I can show them several previews, and I can let them choose what lesson plan they do. Underneath that, we have featured activities. So featured activities are activities that are based on the month. So February being Black History Month, we have Black History Month lesson plans here. So if I want to go find something quickly, I can go right down to featured activities. Next month is Women's History Month. April, we have April Fools, so on and so forth. May we have Cinco de Mayo. So we are constantly changing the lesson plans that get featured here. And then underneath that, we have recently added lesson plans. So our content, we're constantly creating and adding new content to the platform. So all that kind of stuff shows up there. Okay, so let me go back up to the top, and I am going to do a search for paint, because I know my kids like paint. I'm a 3rd grade paraeducator. And so when I type in paint, it goes out, it queries our database, and it comes back with a whole bunch of lesson plans. And I can scroll down through all of them. I can read them. Or if I want to get to my 3rd grade content quickly, I can go up to the very top and I can filter by grade. So I select 3rd grade, and now it's showing me 3rd grade lesson plans that have paint involved. And so let's check out good old Uncle Sam. And notice there's a play icon there. So I'm going to click it and go right to it. And you know what? I shared without sound. So let me turn on sound.
You meant to unshare and reshare to do that. So while you're doing that, oh, there you go.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah, you can turn it on even after you share. Okay,
Got it.
so we have a preview video. That's the very first. So that's the very first thing that you see when you pull up the lesson plan after the title. Okay, so I can very quickly go check out a video. So let's watch this one. All of our videos are roughly under 1 minute, so they're pretty quick. So let me maximize that and click on play. So let's say, hey, I watched it, I let the kids watch it, they like it. So what I can do is I can actually favorite this lesson plan. So I can get back to it later. So everything is all in one place in the platform. And over here to the right, we have related lesson plans. So I can click on those and check those out as well. So it's very easy, it's quick to find content in the platform.
I mean, you bring up a really good point when you talk about how they can show the videos to the students so they can see what kind of lesson plans they might be interested in. Like, yeah, I want to do that. We want to do that. And how you can search by supplies. So if you have a bunch of supplies that you want to get rid of, or that you have too much of, and you need a lesson plan that goes in conjunction with those supplies, we can help you exhaust those supplies down when you just have a whole bunch of inventory. So pretty good demo.
Right. So all of our lesson plans are all consistently formatted. They all look the exact same. So there's duration, there's a grade level, number of students, enrichment components. There's a description. That's kind of what the lesson plan is. That's what they're going to create. This little, and I can click it and make it bigger. If I scroll down, the objective, what the kids are going to accomplish. We have the California Quality Standards from the California Department of Education. We have materials and supplies. A lot of times when you go out to Pinterest or Google or TikTok and you find these lesson plans, it has a good idea and you can kind of watch it, but you have no idea what what materials and supplies you need for that lesson plan. Underneath that, we have vocabulary terms. Vocabulary terms, so these are terms that you can use as a check for understanding when you're teaching the lesson plan and after you're done with it. And then we have explicit steps as to how you actually do the lesson plan, and we have photos. So step 1, distribute the following materials. If I click it, I can see what the materials are. So all of our lesson plans are very explicitly created and defined so that it's very clear what you have to do. These can also be videos. You can have multiple images for a step. And there's a cleanup and conclusion step. We hit any of the social emotional, and I can download a PDF and print it out and take it with me, or I can do all the lesson planning and pass it out to my staff. And what I can do is I can organize it. So let's say I'm doing lesson planning for the month of February. I can create a folder called February 2024. And now I just added that lesson plan into my folder. And let me add a couple of more just to show you how it works. Let me go back up to the top and find some related lesson plans. So yarn balls. Okay, let's assume I watched it. I'm happy with it. I want to add that to my February planning as well. So I do that. And so lesson planning can happen in minutes versus days once they understand how the platform works. If I want to get back to my lesson sets or my folder, I go to click on my name and go to lesson sets. And it shows me all the lesson sets that I've created. I can click on the lesson set and I can check it out to see what's in there. And further, I can add it to a calendar. So let's say good old Uncle Sam, I want to do that on Thursday. Do that, click save. And let's say I want to do yarn balls on Friday. So I will do that as well. Now, if you have a staff and they're all doing the same type of planning and they're using the calendar, as a site coordinator, you can oversee all of the lesson plans and you can look at the calendar for the entire school. So if I go click on my name and click on calendar, I can see all the lesson plans for everybody that I oversee. in one spot. If you're a multi-site manager, you can also see lesson plans for all the schools aggregated onto one calendar, or you can choose the school that you want to go and look at. And then you can look at the individual calendars. When you drill down to an individual school, you can actually look at the schedule to see who's done their planning and who hasn't. And you can also download all the materials and supplies that you need for all the lesson plans that were scheduled for that month. So this is a super powerful tool. You have everything in one place. And let's say there's a lesson plan that we don't have. Okay, no problem. So let me go back to my calendar. And let's say on the 26th, I want to say, we're going to fly drones. Fly drones. Kids love to fly drones. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but they do. So do that, add the note. And even though we don't have a lesson plan, I can still note that in the calendar. So you can see what's going on exactly at your school site. All in one place. Now, it gets a lot deeper, and I'll just show you one more thing, and then I'm going to show you what we actually are excited to announce is our mobile app. But in the back end, we can create lesson plans. So we have a standard template that we created, and you just kind of fill in the blanks for the lesson plan that you want to create. And once you go through an approval process, it'll show up just like all the lesson plans that we created. We've also added artificial intelligence. So you don't even have to be a great lesson plan writer. You just need to have a good idea. So you give it a good idea and it'll scaffold out the lesson plan for you. You can go in there and you can fix what's wrong. And once you take pictures, add the pictures to the lesson plan, and you're ready to go. So we have a very nice way to manage that as well. And I know that's a quick demo. I just want to make sure you guys have time to download our app.
No, I think this is good. You're good on time. We have 10 minutes left, and I think that allows us to move to the next thing. So you're good on time.
Okay, let me do one more. I'm going to do one more thing here real quick before you do your thing, Mr. T. I'm going to share my phone.
Yeah, the next one's going to be yours too. That's good.
Okay, so we are excited to announce. Can you guys see my phone?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm launching the mobile app on my phone. And our Wi-Fi is not behaving.
Yes. So yes, and and when we get to the Q&A, we'll talk about Kenny. We'll talk about the costs and rolling it out and all that good stuff.
Let me turn off Wi-Fi. I don't think I've ever done a demo where something didn't go wrong. So anyway, so we have a mobile app so that rather than go to a computer, you can log right into your phone, launch the app, and you can do a lot of the stuff that you just saw me do right from your phone. So I can, as I'm sitting here and we're talking, I can actually plan out my month.
Right in the palm of your hand.
Right in the palm of your hand. And
let's move forward. So because their Wi-Fi might be good, let's move forward with the thingy.
All right, go for it, sir.
So let me screen share again. This is kind of like the timer for us to actually give you a live demonstration. First of all, I want to give it up to you, sir, for demonstrating.
No, thank you. I know I was going a little quick because we're running short on time.
Thank you very much.
So I apologize for that.
No, things happen. So at this moment, what we would like everyone to do, we want you to install the resource portal or the repo right now on your devices. Your Wi-Fi may be better. So the next slide is going to take you to a QR code where you guys can scan your screens and download the app from from the Apple Store or Android. Let's see. So do you want to talk about some of the features and then we'll let them?
Yeah. So but you can just like you saw what I did there. I can search. I can actually, it's working now. Here, stop sharing real quick. Let me.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll yeah, just real quick.
Okay.
I turned off my Wi-Fi now. It's actually working. So. Can you see my screen?
It's still coming. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so when I launch it, the first thing it shows me are some featured lesson plans for the month of February. So these are the same lesson plans that you saw on the web version. As I scroll down, I have my categories. So arts and crafts, agriculture, cooking. Underneath that, I have featured, most popular and recently added. So let's say color my dream. I want to take a look at that one. So I click it, and now it shows me the lesson plan. So it's in arts and crafts. It shows me what we're going to create there. It shows me some tags. So it's tagged with Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It shows me the duration, the grade level, the number of students that this lesson plan is designed for, and then all the same stuff that you guys saw on the web version right here. So description, objective quality standards. I have my materials and supplies, my vocabulary terms, so on and so forth. I have all the steps all laid out with a picture of what you're going to do with that step. And let's say I like this lesson plan. So there's a little gear here, and I can add it to a folder, I can favorite it, or I can add it to my calendar. So I'm
sorry. Yes, we're gonna get you connected to the Android version as well. As soon as he's done walking you through this, I'm answering questions in the chat.
No problem. Boom. So I can favorite it. And actually, I don't want to take all the time doing the demo because I want you guys to get your hands on it. So my partner is going to show you guys a QR code that you can scan to go and download the app.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank
Here
you.
we go. Here we go. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this was just us walking you through some screenshots, just in case there was a glitch with Wi-Fi or whatever. But here you go. So everyone, please scan this QR code. It's going to take you to our landing page where you can click on a link to take you to the Play Store, and you can click on a link to take you to the Apple App Store. And we'll give you guys just a couple minutes to actually.
Yep. Once you download it and you run it, it's going to prompt you to create an account. So you just have to key the information in. It'll create your account, and then it'll send you an email on the email address that you use with a link to log right into the app.
And
So we're going to give you guys a few minutes to do that. And then we have a little mission for you with the app.
And we're doing pretty good on time. We have 15 minutes left. So I think we're doing pretty good on time.
The app has tutorials built directly into it. So once you run it the first time, you can watch some videos on how the app works. And then once you go through those, you don't see them again. They're kind of like the initial tutorial videos, but there is a way to go back and look at the tutorials
And
whenever you want to watch them.
We do have a plan to have some drawing giveaways type deals happening when you guys come here to Fresno and you come to the Symposium live. And the only way to enter is to download the app, install the app. So please, you guys are the first. You guys are the first. So you're, by downloading the app and then creating your brief profile, you're entered. You're entered for our giveaways that will happen at the Symposium by the resource portal.
Oh.
And I thought I had music on this slide, but I guess
I see accounts getting created. Nice. Cool. So our Android version just got approved like 2 days ago, and it was actually 2 months in the approval process because Google's trying to make it complicated. But anyway, we ran into an issue today with the Android version. When you type in your information.
We're good. We're good though, or
no, we're good.
Okay.
But I just want to. So if an Android user, if you're typing in and you can't see what you're typing, please let me know. But I see accounts getting created here.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone.
5 so far.
Okay.
Daniela, Anna, Jeanette, Paloma, Jaden.
Yep, they're all who are in attendance. Our sales team, you're monitoring the chat. So I want to
should we put the link in the chat for the trial sign up?
No, this is no.
Not yet. This is just we're having people install the app for now. So I think we're good.
So what you need to do after you fill in the information, it will send you an email with your credentials. There also is a login button. If you click on the login button, it'll go back over to the app, it'll launch it, and it'll log you in directly, and you won't have to type in your username and password. So and if it doesn't come up in your main inbox, make sure you check your spam.
Check your spam or whatever. Okay.
So Lindsay, mine is saying data is invalid. Can you be more
iPhone
specific?
or Android?
So it says I need an invite code. If you go to your email, and you click on the login button in the email, it'll bypass the invite code.
Yep. When you sign up, it's going to send you an email to confirm your email, and that'll get you in.
Yep.
Sales team. So by the way, Tyrese and Tabari, I thought by now, well, I want to make sure you guys right click on your thumbnail so you can put your name and Tabari's name in there. Right click on your thumbnail in Zoom so you can add both of your names there.
If you scan the QR code, I'm talking to C Chaffee. If you scan the QR code on the screen, it'll take you to a page where you can select the App Store. And when you go to the App Store, you just install the app and it'll download it for you. You type in a little bit of information and then it'll email you your credentials.
Okay, so you're my
Curlen,
yeah,
Lindsay needs help as well.
Stop, hold on, please, TY.
Hang on.
Okay.
So I did all that and it brought up a screen that says link your website that says scan the QR code or enter invite code.
Okay, so
sign up.
Yeah, so you filled in the information, right?
Nope. There was no information that it asked me to do. It just popped that screen up.
I'm sorry, click demo sign up. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, if you can't scan the QR code, then you can go to this link here.
In the chat.
Yes,
on your phone.
People requesting for the link in the chat.
Okay.
I apologize. Yeah, so when you download the app, you have to click on demo sign up. Sorry about that. I didn't mention that. My bad. Check your, let's see, Courtney. So I can go and look at all the emails.
I think we're doing pretty good. We have 10 minutes left. We have 10 minutes left in this session. So I think we're doing pretty good.
Courtney.spalero@fresnounified.org. I got your account was created, so it may be in your spam. I know Fresno Unified, so we're vendors for Fresno Unified, and they block everything. So, you know what? I'll forward this to you. That way, it's coming, and we do send emails. So let me forward you this email. Copy email.
I'm also going to say at the end of this presentation, I want everyone to know we're going to share our entire pitch deck with you. So when we get to the very end, we'll give you the link so you can actually take this presentation. You're not just leaving our session without taking this entire presentation with you. So it'll have the links and the QR codes and everything in it as well. So we'll make sure.
Courtney, I just forwarded you the email.
So you will get our entire pitch deck and presentation.
Amanda, so if you signed up on the web, there's an extra step that you have to do to go through the app. So what I'll do is I'll go and remove your account, and if you sign up through the app, then you can log directly into the app. Oh, no problem. Of course. Happy to help. So make sure you download the app though. So do you guys have any questions?
Well,
Amanda Berg. Okay. Okay, Amanda, I'm removing your account. You can go ahead and you can download the app and sign up for the demo through the app.
all right, that's pretty good. I think, how many people do we have ish so far? Because I'm going to move forward and everyone else can still continue to install because we're limited on time.
Yep. And we'll
Okay.
address the questions in the end here.
So what we also
I see them in the chat, so I'm happy to answer those questions.
I do not think we're going to have time for the challenge, sir.
We don't have time for the challenge.
So we're going to move forward. We were going to give you guys a challenge once you have the app to find your first 10 lesson plans by searching by topic, and then we're going to do a little lesson plan challenge. But we're not. We're going to.
Yeah, we can't.
You
It's
can
okay.
definitely do that on your own time. Spend some time possibly tomorrow or this weekend, just loading up your first 10 lesson plans.
So please connect with me through the CAN app. My name is Curlen. My partner's name is Damon, and my guys are Tyrese and Tabari. That way we can communicate back with you. I'm glad you're in. Good job. The app is really simple to use. It's very straightforward. It's very intuitive. And the cool thing about it is once your online the web-based version and the app, it's the same. So you can do planning on your phone, and then you can actually log into the website and you can look at all the same stuff.
Okay, we can't see you, sir. You might have to tilt your camera up.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
There we go.
My bad.
All right. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going into this, but our sales team, Tyrese and Tabari, we want you guys to sign up for a 14-day free trial where you have full access to everything. And then our two sales guys here can actually schedule a live demo with you, kind of like Curlen just walked you through a demo of how the resource portal works. Now we can do it a little bit more one-on-one, walk you through some of the functions and features, and you can actually start to experiment with it and use it on your own and yourselves. And, you know, we can tailor the demonstration to questions that you have where it doesn't, you know, feel so rushed.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time up front and
That's okay.
less time on this part.
No, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're fine. So what we want to do is give people access to this presentation and also have enough time for Q&A. So
yeah, let's go into some
I'm going to
Q&A.
move forward. I'm going to move forward, and I want to thank everyone for your time and attendance. But we're not just going to stop there. I want to make sure I'm going to go back to Q&A, but I want to make sure you all have an opportunity to
take a picture
type this in to your browser or scan the QR code so you have access to this presentation.
And I'll put it in the chat as well.
And put it in the chat. So we'll put this bit.ly in the chat, which gives you access to this presentation or pitch deck. And you'll have access to all, or you can copy and paste all the links and all the resources. And then I'll go back to Q&A.
We have 4 minutes.
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna open up for questions. Anybody have any questions? Well, so I see in here you have how much? So we charge per school site, and it is $3,000 per school site, and you can sign up all your tutors, and you have a calendar, and you can use the app. So everybody will get their own account at a school site. It's roughly $300 a month, and it's an annual subscription, and we provide full training and support through Zoom. And we, like I said, we are constantly adding lesson plans, so that inventory continues to grow, but we also train you how to add your lesson plans into here as well.
And we have a knowledge base as well. So there's a lot there.
Any other questions?
We have a lot of people in our session, so please, everyone.
The website is $2,500 per year, and we set it up for you and we manage it. We just need to get a little bit of content from you, and we can get that set up right away.
And training. I just want to say
it's a super powerful.
Everybody again.
It's a super powerful way to communicate information out to the parents, to the community, as well as to the administrators for the school. Because a lot of times they don't really know what's going on unless they kind of hop in there, and that's rare. So that's why we created the websites. We do PO, take POs. Well, if you have a credit card, we prefer to, or we take cold hard cash. Now we accept a variety of payments. Any other questions? You guys can open up your mic too. I'm friendly. That's my information on the screen there. Take a picture, contact me anytime. If you have any questions.
They have the link. They have the link in the chat to the deck.
If you have any questions about anything, I'm happy to answer any questions. This platform has been in development for 3 years, and it has gone through many evolutions, and it's great.
We definitely look forward to seeing you all live here in Fresno at the Symposium Friday and Saturday. definitely come check out our workshop, our breakout session, and then definitely come check out our exhibit as well.
Yep. If you want to try it out in the web browser on your computer, you can. I put the link in the chat, and you just use the same credentials that you logged into. Well, the same credentials from the email, and you can log in and you can see all the same stuff, but you can see it in the web browser. Any other questions? I want to thank you guys for participating in our session. It's been great. Hopefully this can help you guys out. Our mission is to provide the best possible opportunities for kids, and starting with lesson planning, because that is something that we feel like we can help with.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Our sales team would like to thank you as well.
A nice meeting all you guys.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully we'll see you again. Make sure you come by our booth.
Connor, Tiffany, Paloma,
Jaden.
Melvin,
Thank you,
Jaden,
everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Leslie,
Sandra. We got 2 Jadens in here.
Dejanay, Walker.
Jaden A. Hi, Jaden A.